So this morning I finally took some pictures and some measurements so we can have for like the befores and after. And I'll share the measurements with you guys because let's see, it's like fresh in my memory. So I did like around the waist, so that was 32, and then I did around the hips, and that was 44, and we did the arms, and that was 13 and a half, and we did do around the thigh, but I forgot actually what that one was. And then we did around the chest area, which was 39. And that was it. But it just like blows my mind because my waist before the bulk was like 29, and to know it's 32, I'm just like, whoa. Because I mean, inches is a lot when it comes to the waist. I mean, I guess for me or whatever, but yeah, so I mean, I'm not surprised because I have a lever belt that I got, actually won on a prize, and it's a, lever belt. So it's like adjusts to your waist how it is. You can't do like the notches or the little holes or whatever. So I can't wear that one because I don't fit into it anymore. Well, not yet. But once, the waist actually gets smaller again, then I can use it, which I will prefer that one. It feels so nice. So yeah, just little things like that. And like I've told you guys before, like, my clothes feeling, extra tight, of course, because yeah, I mean, what is that? 3 inches? That's a lot. And then obviously too, I can tell in other aspects like my hips and my like arms and stuff. And that's the thing too, you guys, I carry a lot of fat. I mean, we're very fluffy. It's a lot of fat everywhere. So yeah, let's just, we'll just wait for the cut, because like obviously I guess me even like doing that video and measuring made me feel kind of like, I guess, bummed, because I'm like, man, like I don't like these numbers. I don't like, well, honestly, not the numbers, I guess just comparing it to what I used to be. So but it's just one of those things where you're gonna have, and I mean, I'm glad I did, because I don't want to, like, oh, I don't want to ever look at, because I tell you guys, I forget that I wish I did take more pictures before I even started and all that stuff. So I'm glad we took the pictures. I'm glad we did the measurements, and to see the difference when we do, at the end of the cut, like just to see what that's going to look like, because I already know it's going to look dramatically different, because I'm wanting to even be leaner than we were before, which is very doable for me because I know how that cut went, and I'm just like, no, I'm for sure can even, be a little leaner, or if anything, hopefully, we're carrying, our body composition's even looking better, because I do want to say, I hope I put on size on my lower body, because we have gotten significantly stronger during the bulk. And even if it's just a little bit, because I mean, that's the thing when you're natural, like it's very slow, it's very minimal, but you take it as it is, because like I told you guys, it's almost going to be almost 10 years, but it's like around 9 years that I've been lifting. And you're going to see a big difference like the first 3 to 5 years, like huge difference. But then, the more you do it, it's going to be very slow and minimal and all that stuff. But I have hope, because I've told you guys before, I don't feel like I was really even, I guess, utilizing my lower body to its full capabilities, because I didn't really know what movements I can really push myself, because I was having a hard time, because I wanted to like push myself with squats, but that wasn't doing it for me, because I just really wasn't clicking. So I was stubborn for a while, and I mean, I'm the one losing out on those gains, and so realizing, what, let me try some things that are like, just like the machines, and that I saw like amazing progression with that. So I'm hoping that my lower body is going to look better than it did last time, or, just very, very minimal, but I mean, I'll take it. I mean, better is better. And I feel like that's the thing too, is like, we can't expect it to be at our absolute like best, when it's like, okay, if every time you're getting better, that's a good sign. And just taking it from that, I know, and it can be hard, because I know in the very beginning, it's just almost like a back and forth, because in the very beginning I wanted to lose weight, and so we did, when I first started lifting weights. And then I'm just like, man, I feel so small, you know, and then gaining weight. And then later I'm like, I feel too big, like, you know, fat wise, like, and all that stuff. So it's just funny because it's like, it's almost like we're never happy. We're never happy. We're never satisfied. And I feel like the more you do it, you learn to be, you know, proud of how far it's come, you know, because realizing like, hey, I didn't even used to look like this. And if anything, you know, enjoying where it is, wherever that is, you know, like just knowing that it's better than when you started. Because it's terrible to get in that cycle where you're never happy. I mean, it's good to have goals, but also enjoy how far you've come. And hey, even I'm also having to remind myself that sometimes too, because it's something that, you know, we're too hard on ourselves about. And I mean, that's not good. But just a reminder to you guys too, just also be proud of how far you've come. And, you know, so with all that being said, let's go inside and we're going to hit hamstrings and glutes today. And what else was I going to say? Also, side note, if anyone watches Invincible 2, they finally put a new episode out. So you should watch it because it was pretty good, of course. It just took months. It took months. But anyways, watch that if you haven't. And yeah, let's just get in there and get started. I don't want to say anything else. I mean, we're feeling pretty good today. But honestly, I think it'll be tested once we get inside and start lifting. And hopefully it's not freezing because I'm wearing shorts today. So I'm hoping it's not because it's already hot. And I don't know what's going on in there. I feel like they already turned on the AC or something. But yeah, let's just hit in there. I'll see you guys inside. Okay, so it is cold in here, but I know once we really get moving, we're gonna get really warm. So I think it'll be fine, especially on a lower body day. But you know, it's always making me question I'm wearing leggings or not, and because it's hot outside. But hi, okay, so this is gonna be the second set. We already did the first. We're doing 3 sets of this, and then we're gonna do 3 sets of RDLs, and altogether 6 sets for the hamstrings. And like I said, if anything, maintaining the strength we have. Obviously, I'll aim for more if if my body can handle it, but also not being too hard on myself if that's okay. Hold on. Not too hard on myself or the machine. Well, sometimes. Okay, let's go. Second set. It's gonna scare me. Okay. Okay, so that was like technically like 9 to 10 reps. Those last 2 were like partials, just to make sure. And but that's the most I'll do for partials, because sometimes the way I do partials is more of like maybe my body can do that extra rep, and sometimes it can, and I wouldn't have known that if I didn't like try for that one more rep. But I feel like the more you figure that out, or how that's supposed to feel, like you'll understand what I mean by that. But we'll go ahead and do one more, and then you know what, we'll add 5 more pounds, because I mean those 8 were solid, so we'll add 5 more pounds. Maybe we're only able to do like 7 or something, but it's I like to stick with those rep ranges. So I'll maybe record that, or I'll see you guys for the RDLs. Yeah, and we're also using the phone. Some of you were saying that the phone was better, and I mean, I do agree. So right now we'll just use the phone, and I'll delete the videos on the way after it's uploaded on YouTube and all that stuff. So making sure we always have space. Okay, but that also means no music. So, you know, it's okay. I mean, hey, powerlifters, when they're on a meet, they can't listen to nothing. So, you know, but they still find it. They still find the strength. So let's go ahead and finish the last set. I forgot to put the 5 pounds, but I just went extra slow in the negative coming up, which felt good. And honestly, I think that was fine that we didn't add it. You know, so we'll go to the RDLs, and I'm curious to know how those will feel. You know, those have been a little iffy for me sometimes. So, you know, but I'm gonna think positive. Let's just get into it then. Okay, so hey, I'll aim for 5 or 6 and see how those feel. You know, but the goal is always like to do at least 8. But sometimes, you know, you just have to get your body used to carrying heavy weight as well. And I think you guys know lower body is very mental for me. So it's also just getting used to carrying heavy weight. And yeah, so since this is technically more than we did last week, I'm not gonna expect too much because later on the fatigue will feel real. And you know, I already don't know how to talk clearly, so that's gonna also be something too. So let's go ahead and just get started and see how the set goes. But I'm also glad that I feel it way more in my hamstrings than before, because I'm not trying to like touch the ground. You know, once my hips go back and that's it, then we come back up. Okay, so I want to say maybe the last rep, not sure, but needing to really make sure I'm bracing, you know. So I'll look back to see how those looked, but I mean, they felt fine, but I'm like, the goal is always to, you know, make them look better and feel better. That's always the goal. So the question is, should I keep this weight? I guess you guys will see in the next set. So I think it's always good to put in a hip hinge movement when you're doing lower body. So this is my hip hinge movement. And I remember when I first started lifting and I was doing deadlifts, you know, it was just like the beginner lifts, I guess, is like bench, deadlift, and squats. Well, I don't know if that was everyone else's beginning, but I did those, worked out in my garage. And my form was the ugliest on deadlifts because I couldn't understand the concept that, you know, the only thing moving is your hips, you know, going back and forth. And I would be shrugging, like picking up the weight, shrugging, like I didn't, yeah, it took me a while. And I couldn't understand how the people were doing it. So that's why it's funny. Like you got to start somewhere. And the beginning might be cringe with whatever you're doing, but just start. And then later you look back and that's what I'm telling you, you'll see how much progress you made in your form or whatever. Because it's like, yeah, we can be hard on ourselves. Like, oh, I'm not doing this much weight and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, hey man, like look how far you've come. Like at least your form's beautiful. And if anything, like, of course, you're just going to get better. Just give yourself time. It's going to take time. And, you know, but as long as you're improving, that's, you know, you're on the right track. So I did drop the weight. So I took 20 pounds, so 10 on each side. And we'll go ahead and do this because I didn't like how fast I was going down. I want to go a little slower, have more control, and then, you know, fast coming back up. It's always that question, just one more or if that's too tight? Nah, that's fine. It's fine. Just don't want to breathe. Oh. I think those were a nice 8. I like those better. More control. Still hard. Always reminding myself too to grip, because also in the beginning, I would rely on this and not use my grip, you know? So still gripping, but this is helping. And you know, because I mean, you're gonna start slipping too because your hands get, I was gonna say greasy. I mean, your hands get sweaty. So, you know, use things to help you, and don't be stubborn. If it's gonna help you get bigger, you know, can you really be mad about that? So let's, we're gonna keep the same weight. I'll do one more, but I'll see you guys in the next lift. Bulgarians. It's funny, me going back to my phone because I was using the camera, I feel less, I mean, I don't know if the word to use is embarrassed to, you know, plop it up and record myself, but I guess you can say I do feel less intrusive, or I don't even know, because it's like smaller and less dramatic, you know, pulling up a camera. It is funny how the mind works. You know, you do something that you think is like scary and then you one up it. So when you go back to it, you're just like, wait, that actually wasn't that bad. It's almost like the weight when it's too heavy. And then when you go down and you're just like, oh, actually this way it wasn't too bad. But that's how it feels. So I can't imagine when I get the new camera, that's going to feel a little more intimidating than the last camera. But anyways, I'm going to just record the first 2 sets of these. We're going to do 40 on each side. So technically this is like my PR weight, but I'm feeling good. I don't know why I'm feeling good. So we're just taking advantage of it. And, you know, if it's even for the first set, that's fine. Then we'll drop the weight. But like I always say, if you're feeling good, take advantage of it and don't question it too much and just go with it. But obviously we're not going to have any music. So I'll just imagine you guys rooting me on. It's just you and me. And we'll go ahead and do the set. We'll start with the weaker side first. Okay, those actually felt really good. Surprisingly, not gonna lie. Because I think we were only able to do this for 6 reps before. And I would be so tired. I'd be like sitting on the bench, exhausted. So I mean, honestly, should we even have it? I don't know. I'll worry about it after we do the other leg. But you know, we're doing these for glutes. So that's why I'm like tilted more this way. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in your glutes. If you're more upright, you feel it on your quads, which are nice too for quads, but Oh, these are honestly just so nice for glutes. So this is why I do them for glutes. So I might go ahead and I'll cut it here and then you guys will see the next clip of me doing it just because, you know, just resting. And if anything, this is a reminder. So they actually did a study. Those who were on their phone during the rest periods, like being distracted mentally, were actually more like exhausted. I mean, honestly, don't quote me because I didn't like, um, I'm not going to say it word for word, but technically, I feel like you'll get what I mean. So they were mentally more exhausted. It's almost like when you hang out with people and you're just so drained, and it's not like you even did anything, and you just mentally were just like there interacting and all that stuff. So if you're on your phone and you're mentally like going through emotions of whatever that is, if it's like things you're reading and it makes you in a bad mood or who knows what, that's actually affecting your workout. So I mean, hey, I can be like that too. I can look at my phone, but you know, ever since we've been recording, I guess I'm not looking at it and see, hey, my workouts have been better. So try it out, see if you like it, see if you notice a difference. But I feel like it, you know, when you say it makes sense, you know, because you're not mentally draining yourself. You're just focused on the workout and do it. I mean, honestly, I have heard people talk about that, and I'm just like, man, that's actually really like, I guess, discipline because, you know, sometimes it's easy to get distracted and look at your phone and stuff. So I'm just surprised when people are like, oh yeah, I turned it off. I just focused on the workout. See, even I didn't used to do that. But you know, us doing this and I'm not looking at my phone because we're using it, kind of like it. So you should try it too. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other leg. Just catching myself getting, you know, tired, and I didn't brace as good as I should be bracing. And when I caught myself, those last reps felt good. So just don't forget to brace. I'll record one more set for you guys and then we'll do hip thrust. Guys, I'm tempted to add weight. I really am. Should I mean, gosh, do we have 2.5s? I'll add 2.5s. Yeah, okay, we have one on this side. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, like, I'm glad that my body's responding very nicely in the beginning of this cut, but, you know, I'm not gonna have too much expectations, but I'll just go with whatever my body's responding to. Let's aim for at least 6 to 7. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'll aim for 8 too. But my glutes, I already feel them, man. They're okay. That was 7. We'll rest a little. So it is actually important to remember, especially when we're doing the cut, you know, how fatigued, you know, our body's going to be and trying to be smart with our training, as in, you know, I might not do like to failure, I guess I'm saying, on the cut. On the bulk, let's do that. Yeah, for sure. Take advantage of all those calories and all that stuff. But I don't want to like beat my body to the ground during the cut. And I think to some of you, you're like, that makes sense. And, you know, but also I think the nice thing is always just trying something, seeing if it works amazing and great. So like, that's why we're adding weight, but I'm not like going to failure, but I'm taking advantage of my body can do it. I'm gonna do it. So even I have trouble finding out that like last rep, like, is that a solid last rep or, you know, and that's why I'm like, at the end of the day, I might go to failure, not on purpose, but it might just happen. So I guess I'm telling you during the cut, that won't be the goal, but you know, just trying to be smart with the training. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, let me take a sip of water and then we'll do the next leg. It always feels funny with one leg pumped and the other not. Okay, let's aim for 7 for this one, since we already know that's the goal, or that's what our left did. So let's keep it the same. Whew. Okay. I'm honestly surprised with how great these sets have been feeling. I will do the last one, but you guys will see me doing hip thrust next. I'll listen to my music for the last set. So we're gonna stay on this because the last time we tried it, I honestly really liked it. I just felt like the squeeze was better. So hey, since we're here, honestly, it's not too busy because I do feel bad taking the machine for this long, but we're fine. So it's early, no one's really here. So we're gonna do hip thrust next. And last time we did 3 plates, so let's do the 3 and see how that feels. Added 10 more pounds on each side just because last time the 3 plates also felt like I could do more, but I didn't want to get too excited and add 25s because I wanted to add 25s. So let's just see how the 10 feels and then go from there. Yeah, I just need to make sure, because when I was working up to this weight, I need to make sure I plant my feet or like see where they are and then get set up. See, I have to use both of these because then the bar will like hurt so bad. So if you have tried this and you just use the sponge, use a mat too, and honestly, it's way better. Like, as in, like, you can actually use this and do it. Because I was almost going to give up on this. Okay. Let's go ahead. I wonder what people actually, what side they use it. You know, like, is it, do you put the bench? Well, no, the bench wouldn't fit over here. So, because I'm like using my hands to help that it doesn't turn and like hook on. So, I don't know. Unless maybe I need to place it lower on my my body. Anyways, that was messing with me because I hooked onto it. But I mean, other than that, we'll keep the weight. The weight felt fine. We'll do it for 2 more sets. I actually grabbed a different bench because the other bench was higher and I wasn't able to push it more. And I think that's also what I needed. And that's why the bar was like closer to me because the bench was further away. So anyways, let's see if this helps. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, even with it not being its optimal, you know, setup, it does feel better than on the machine. I don't know why, but you know, like I said, if something feels good, don't question it too much. Just stick with it and, you know, and progress in it. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to see if my feet were set up. Okay. It's okay. Oh yeah, that's better. That was better, but as you can tell, I didn't know where to put my hands. But you know, we'll just set them on here, not worry about it too much, because that's something I don't really need to put energy into thinking about. So that felt way better. So make sure you find what works for you because if something feels off, it probably is. So either the bench, because I mean, the way I like it like towards the middle, like the bench hitting. As you can tell from the middle of my back. So technically, like, you can put it in the bench if you need to. But I mean, I think there's a few ways people like setting up, or is that, I'm not sure, but hey, this is what works for me. So I like it right there. Feels the most stable. And yeah, also your feet placement, because if it's too close, you're gonna feel it on your hamstrings. And it doesn't, you know, doesn't mean it's working then, doesn't mean it's a hamstring movement. But find that nice spot where it's all in the glutes, you know, because it's what we're doing. We're doing glutes. So I'll go ahead and finish with one more set and then we'll do some posing and then I'll do my cardio and then I'll see you guys in the car. Trying a different spot today, but honestly, our lighting, like I've told you guys, isn't the greatest, but we'll work with what we have. So we'll do the little like glute pose. I'm like looking at these and I don't think I do them 100% right, but you know, we'll try our best. I mean, I guess you just like push out your hip and then we'll just do the other side. Yeah, and if you're like me, carry a lot of cellulite. Oh, and that's a bruise. I don't know how that happened. But anyways, if you're like me, I carry a lot of my fat in my lower body, so I have more cellulite on my lower body, but as you can tell, like that doesn't stop me from wearing shorts. I don't know, it is what it is. And but I guess you can say like I see it a lot on my hamstrings, you know, so, and my legs are very pale. Let's do this one. So for the girls, if you're doing a back pose, my sister taught me this one and it does a nice difference. So instead of just being relaxed, push your hips out and then, you know, do your pose or whatever that is that you're gonna do. I mean, the guys do it too, so not just the girls. Because if you're, you know, when you're lean enough, you're supposed to like also see the tie-ins with your hamstring. You know, your hamstrings are gonna be, but you know, like you guys know, we're barely in the beginning of the cut. There's not gonna be any definitions yet, or definition. I mean, I think that's it. I mean, the classic like, um, it really helps when you have a mirror. Trust me, because honestly too, it doesn't ever feel comfortable, you know, when you're doing a selfie and you're like doing the glute pose. So, you know, I think, oh, we have one more. This one's the one that you know, needs some more. Let's do the one without the burst on it. Okay, so this is to push against, so you can see the thickness of the hamstring. And then that one is honestly the hardest one for me because it doesn't feel like I'm pushing it. I will have to work on that one. So yeah, but I think that's about it. Just simple, you know, we just did glutes and hamstrings, and I'll go ahead and do my cardio, and then I'll see you guys in the car. I don't know, that 10 minutes just flies by, but it's probably because I watch YouTube videos and stuff, and honestly, I watch YouTube videos of like bodybuilders, like Kai Green and stuff, and, you know, stuff like that. I don't know, just gets me going. But you know, that's a good time to use your phone when you're just doing cardio, you know, so that one's fine because, man, it makes it go by so fast. But honestly, so happy with today's workout. I'm honestly just gonna take advantage of this feeling because I don't know how long it'll last, you know, because it's like later on, as having less calories, I am gonna feel more depleted and fatigued and stuff, but, or maybe, who knows? I mean, honestly, maybe not. I don't know. So I guess, you know, like, as in workout wise, everything felt great. And there was something I was gonna add, but I forgot. And honestly, I'm just excited to get home. And I mean, just thinking about it right now, I'm just like, it is funny how when you start the bulk, how it messes with you so much mentally, but then when you do the cut, it can mess with you physically. But I'm enjoying it right now because you guys already knew I was just like over being this heavy in a way. And like I've said, I feel like, yes, I probably went a little over what I needed to for the bulk, but you know, it's okay. And that's why I'm just like, I'm excited for the cut. I mean, I don't know, I'm excited to feel like, you know, the veins popping out, just feeling better in my clothes and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm ready for it and excited. But it's always good because in the beginning, how I was talking about, it's always good though to remember like your accomplishments and things, because it's like, it's easy to be hard on yourself. I mean, I guess I was this morning because after we did, you know, the pictures and the measurements, it did kind of bring me down a little bit. But also knowing that, you know, we're on the track, we're not going to stay there. And I think that's the thing, is like, don't be so hard on yourself if you're doing what you need to, you know, progress with your goals. Because it's like, that's why I'm just saying, it is what it is. We're at this weight, but, you know, we're on the cut now and we're going to reach our goals, which is to, you know, lose the weight that we gain. And I feel like it's just easier to accept the process. And that's why I'm saying, if you're not happy with wherever you are, like with life, with physically anything, like, okay, are you doing something about it? Is there any action towards changing that? And if there is, then, you know, be happy about that. Be happy because it's not going to stay where it was. And, you know, just constantly remembering, like, that's all you can do. So let's head home, and I'll catch you guys for the next one. It'll be back. So, and I'll also keep you guys updated because the weight is gonna fluctuate. And I remember I did this last cut. So, you know, last time I was like, okay, we did lose like 2 to 3 pounds, and then this morning it's funny because it went up like 1 or 2 pounds. And then it really fluctuates. That's why sometimes you have to give yourself a week and then see what happens. So I'll let you know what that looks like the next workout. But that's why I'm like, use it as a tool, and you also have to just gauge it and see what's going on. But yeah, we drop the calories a lot. It's just, you know, fluctuation and all that stuff. And the body, or at least I'm used to it doing that, and then it like drops like significantly sometimes, you know. So I I think that's all we have to say for that. And yeah, like I'm enjoying the cut so far, and you know, if you guys are also in the cut, like I hope it's going well, and I hope you guys have a good workout as well, and I'll see you for the next video.